Hello, everyone. I'm Tiana S, reporting for Kids First, and today I'm speaking with Bill Fagerbakke, who is the voice of the iconic Patrick Star in the Nickelodeon show, The Patrick Star Show. You can also hear him playing the same role in shows such as SpongeBob SquarePants and Camp Coral. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Super excited to be speaking with you.
Well, let's just find out what's going on.
For sure. So we're used to seeing Patrick as SpongeBob's best friend, and now we get to see Mr. Star as the star of his own show, The Patrick Star Show. What was the inspiration behind creating this animated series?
I think it's because Tom was just tired of working with me. Uh,
No.
no, I don't. That's Mark Ciccarelli and Vincent Waller, our two executive producers. They came up with this idea, and it's just been so great. And I was very worried at first because SpongeBob and Patrick are kind of, how does Patrick exist without SpongeBob?
Right.
But it's really been great, and all these characters they created are very much within the world of SpongeBob, and I love Squidina, my sister, voiced by Jill Talley, and she's an old friend, and I'm really happy to get to work with her so much. That's great.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, the show was great in itself.
Well, and I have to say one thing that's been really key, I think, to our ability to develop the show is Tom Kenny is our session director, and obviously he knows what he's doing, and he's a really good director. So that's been a big help, especially in having to do things differently since COVID.
Yeah, that's amazing. So this series follows teenage Patrick, who is living at home with his parents while he hosts his own show with their support. So we even get to learn more about Patrick's personal life and his family, and what impact do you think that has on the audience and how they will now see him?
Well, I hope that they experience this as a very logical kind of extension of Patrick's world, and I believe that it really fits the tone and the nature of comedy that we've come to expect, and the characters. Even though there's so many new characters, I think they fit right into the world of Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, I would have to agree. This show is just great.
Awesome! I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. So in terms of Patrick's timeline, the series falls in between Camp Coral and SpongeBob SquarePants. So what was your favorite thing to learn about teenage Patrick compared to the younger adult version?
I gotta tell you, none of that stuff matters to me. I don't approach Patrick from the standpoint of where he is in his development. He is just a raw lump of impulses, and he responds to the people he cares about in his own unique way, and that's really all that matters. And that's, as an actor, that's kind of one of the great liberating things about doing animation is you don't really have to care about that, because I think when we watch animation, we don't care about that. We just want the moment to work and the moment to make sense within the context of the characters that we now recognize. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I think that also makes it easier for the actor because there's no big change even for the audience. There's no big change in the character. They're just able to enjoy the character for who they are.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yes. So during this series, Patrick hosts his own talk show with his family, and he has a catchy theme song. And in it, he mentions not having any experience, but having plenty of imagination. What message can the audience pull from this?
Well, I think one of the basic elements of Patrick that I think I would hope that kids appreciate is his inherent sense of play, and that it's really okay to be goofy, because that's what I like about him. And so that's kind of his message to me. And it's important to me. It's like, I record a session and it's like therapy. It's liberating to do Patrick.
Yeah, it's definitely a good message, especially for kids.
You bet. Just, have regard for the people you love and enjoy life. And look for opportunities to find that joy.
For sure. So what is it about Patrick that just keeps you fascinated with his character?
Well, we can't, you can't really do much if you don't have the content to work with, right? So it all goes back to what Steven Hillenburg created back in the 90s, because he loved two things. He loved animation and he loved the ocean and he loved marine biology. And he managed to create something that honored both of those passions. And we are the beneficiaries of that, both as performers and as viewers. So a lot of things have to work just right for something to succeed. And we certainly got lucky. And Nickelodeon did a magnificent job allowing Steven to develop this in a really organic way. And that's, I think, something that people appreciate too, because a lot of times stuff is too rushed and too kind of pre-programmed and packaged and stuff. But SpongeBob really developed in a great way.
Yeah, and I love how it's one of those shows where, like, Camp Coral, SpongeBob, The Patrick Show, all those shows, they're shows where, while it's for kids and it's made for kids to be able to watch and have fun and it's built into their childhood, they also can still learn stuff when they really take the time to like watch it and dive deep into it.
Yeah, and that's all based in Steve's regard for the ocean and the aquatic life and all of its wonders.
Yeah, well, he did an amazing job bringing that idea to life.
Yes, he did.
So for my last question, what do you think will sorry. For my last question, what do you think that fans will find most appealing about the Patrick Star Show?
Well, I think they'll enjoy all the new characters. And I also think they'll enjoy the narrative style, or the storytelling style, which is kind of unique at times, and we'll jump from the story to a completely different story, but that second story is actually characters watching the first story. Stuff like that I find very amusing, and I think people will enjoy that too.
Well, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great show, and I will definitely have to show it to like some of my younger cousins because I'm sure they will enjoy it as well.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with me today about the Patrick Star Show, and I look forward to speaking with you again.
Awesome. I look forward to that also.
Make sure to check out the Patrick Star Show on Nickelodeon, and make sure to check out the Patrick Star Show DVD available from Nickelodeon. That's all for this interview with Kids First. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our next reviews or interviews. Again, I'm Tiana S. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Join Patrick for the Patrick Star Show.